Welcome to Hag'n
Zad,
where one creates
and one rates.
Today I have the master grade Lindwurm. Got some cool footage of it going really fast and my camera deciding to start to die here in a second. Bam! Lindwurm. Look at it rotate. Spins.
Ooh, shiny.
All right. This is what I'm presenting this video. Got some speed run stick laying right there, professional, and some not so professional paint laying here. So I spill it all over my hand.
We should maybe wear gloves.
Yeah, dude.
Okay, real quick, so you're showing the surfacer.
Yeah, that is the paint that I used.
How do you airbrush that? I have the hardest time airbrushing with at least with my primer.
Really? Oh, dude.
Yeah, I do not know if I'm just messing up the ratio or what, but between 500 and 1200 ratio, the 500 and 1200 grit, I cannot airbrush it. I have such a hard time.
Well, this is 1500 for one, you plebeian. Read. For two.
Of course, I'm sorry.
For two, usually just like 1-to-1. 1-to-1 ratio is what you're looking for. So what I actually like to do is that I'll take an empty bottle of primer and I will basically fill it up halfway with the paint and then fill up halfway with thinner, the leveling thinner stuff, just because I like to have a nice smooth surface for my primer. And yeah, man, just shake it up.
Okay. I'll have to do that next time then.
Yeah.
Because I was doing something and it just wrecked. Did I ever show you the white Zaku I did?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, that I had the hardest time with that Zaku. In fact, I still have not gone back and tried to fix it because I was just super annoyed. It
might have just also been like white paint sometimes has issues because it was acrylic, right?
No, I mean it was the primer.
Oh.
Yeah, huh. It was just me trying to prime it, and it just came out super rough. I should just go back down and sand it down, and maybe hit it with like just a base white paint.
Yeah, I mean if you
with like the lacquer or something.
If you're doing it more professional style, then the ideal thing to do is to basically use a primer to fill up any gaps, sand it down, put another layer of primer, kind of do it that way. But ain't nobody got time for that. So
yeah,
that's why I always do just the one. I like to do black just because it makes appreciating easier, but at least in this one, it's going to make it a lot easier. This big boot part. The Re 100 kits. 100 kits? I think that's what it's called. Yeah. They like to make them big chunky pieces and make it really nice for kind of spraying applications.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. The gray is just nice because then it's just, I don't know, it's been basic. It's a very neutral color, and I'm a big fan of that.
Oh yeah, dude. I like the white primer mainly because, this one kind of had some vibrant colors that had to go to it, the blue, red, and yellow. I usually like to do it for those, mainly because it makes the colors pop a little bit. And you'll kind of see a little bit later that the black kind of dilutes the final color on some of them. But look at him go! Look at him zoom!
Speed racer over here.
Faster, stronger.
So I'm sure we'll get to it, but did you just do them all the proper colors? Just repaint them into blues and yellows and reds?
Yeah, this is just priming.
Oh, okay. Just
priming right here, all my pieces, so that the paint adheres properly. Also, do you like my setup? It is portable.
I do.
I kind of wanted to talk about these real quick, so I'm gonna rewind real quick. So, dang it. Let me get back to the actual color so you can see what I'm doing here. So, for one, do you see the lid on the leveling center?
I do, yes.
It's a freaking stopper lid. And then this little plastic bit too. Just shove it in there and look, just pour it in there. Just nice. I got those in Japan, dude. I didn't know these tools existed. And I went to the Kotobukiya store and I see these accessories. And I'm like, what? But where? How? It was this easy?
You just put them on top and it just pours it out for you? You don't have to worry about making a mess or anything?
Yeah, dude. You see how it just kind of like stops? You turn it. It's like a faucet kind of a thing. You just turn it on, turn it off, and then you can just use it. Also, my high quality stirring stick, also known as the other stick that I use.
Yeah. I have a bunch of wooden sticks with cotton swabs on them. It's been what I've been using to clean.
Yeah.
And I've just been cutting those in half, and then been cutting those in half, using both ends of that to stir, and then I will use the cotton swab to clean, and then flip that in, so still a little bit of wood, and then use that to stir more.
Nice.
I'm getting maximum stirrage.
Maximum stirrage. I'm appreciating now. So normally how you appreciate is that you'll slap on that first color or whatever you want it to be, right?
Yep.
But I learned this cool trick that if you take a black base coat and then you spray gray in the middle of it, then when you spray over your final color, basically it's already like you appreciated it without having to use a separate color. So it cuts back on using a bunch of different colors, and it also effectively makes your like the panels that I was doing it mostly on were the whites, but it effectively just makes it a lot easier to do things like that. Like you can see right here, like they already look like they're white and pre-shaded. Yeah, man.
But you just hit it with gray instead.
Yeah, pretty much. Gray first, and then now I'm going to hit it with this white, this Gundam color. And I don't have to be careful about it. I can just go over it and not have to worry about, oh no, my shading is gone. Because basically doing those 2 steps prior, it just allows you to just kind of spray carelessly over the top of it. It's pretty nice.
How is it different from using a white base or white primer and then pre-shading with black to then color over?
Black is kind of a harsh color to use as a shading color, at least in my opinion. Moving on to blue.
I love your colored hands here.
Oh yeah,
You've
dude.
been painting for a minute.
Oh yeah. Oh, just wait and see this. Watch this. I'm getting rid of this final pot of paint. It's gonna fill it up a little bit. And now I'm just going to shake the ever-loving out of it.
Does paint pee?
Yeah.
Oh.
Big PP paint.
Big PP paint. Okay.
Yeah, see.
I love this. I love this idea of you being sped up.
I'm not sped up here. That was real speed, man.
Oh, that's real. Oh, damn.
Yeah, that was real speed shaking.
Shaking the power of Sonic through your fists with that blue.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, I had to go fast, and then I was done.
Do you have a hyperlapse thing on yours?
I
feel like if we had a hyperlapse, this would be.
I have several hyperlapses. Nice. I just.
Okay. I guess we did see one earlier too.
Yeah, I just wanted to kind of show the process on some of them, so you can kind of get an idea of like, wow, look at this Bob Ross quality of blue paint. This guy.
Okay, so what do you? So we're doing a bunch of blue, and you appreciated this. Well, you did this black, and then appreciated it with gray, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
So same thing. The shading's there, but now instead of the white that you did, we're doing blue.
yeah, pretty much. And now this. Oh, so going back to that white coloring thing. Yeah, here we go. Hyperlapse. Look at me go. Zoom. Going back to the white. So normally, like if you're going to pre-shade a white base thing, you'd probably just use like gray or a darker shade of white.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like eggshell versus, I don't know, like a clean white or something. But
yeah. Like bone white versus like off white or something.
Yeah, precisely. Yeah, instead of having to do all that rigmarole with, and then carefully trying to make sure that you're not going to overspray on other stuff, it's just a lot easier to do it that other way. My favorite color, super Italian red. Look at that.
Did you take that back from me? I think I have some of your paint, speaking
Oh,
of.
dude, it does.
Super Italian red is so nice, though.
Oh, it is super nice, and it doesn't even matter if I left one there because I kid you not, I have like 4 of them.
Oh, okay.
This is also another neat trick. So if you're ever pre-shading yellow, don't use dark colors. Use red, because
or pink.
Oh yeah, red or pink. Yeah. Oh, I've already told you this then. Yeah.
Yeah. When I did those other mechs, you were like, you should have used pink, and it was far too late. But that's okay.
Oh yeah, I tried to warn you, and now
yeah. Explain why it works though. Explain why it works though. Nonetheless.
So basically, when you layer it over with red and yellow, you get an orange color, and that orange color is a more natural shaded color than you would get if you used, or like, let's say black as a pre-shading or even brown as a pre-shading thing. Pink and red, they just work better. They just look better. Check this out. Yeah, look at that.
Okay, now
Pikachu.
How many layers of yellow did you have to use to cover up all that black?
So yellow and me, dude, we've got it made, man. I know how to use yellow.
Oh?
Yeah, because remember Imperial Fists.
That's true. But you were doing that for a hot minute.
Yeah, because I've had a lot of time with yellow, so I'm pretty experienced with yellow now. Not to toot my own horn here, but
honk honk.
Honk honk. Gold leaf. Another good color. Yeah, so yellow works really effectively if you spray it quickly and let it dry. So you will want to do kind of like a misting layer, let it dry a little bit, do another misting layer, and just kind of build it up gradually. And it'll be nice to you, pretty much. You never want to overspray yellow because, yeah, it will bubble and melt everywhere. It's not fun. Gunmetal, also probably my second favorite color. As you'll see right here, as I overspray the ever-loving out of this gun.
I sent you pictures of that small little gun from the high-grade sniper.
Yeah.
I did not use any gunmetal.
How dare you? Should have used gunmetal.
Hot take. It's good. Overused color. As I've been looking at gun parts, thanks to my job, gunmetal is not an actual color. It's fake. It's all made up.
It's just the shade of gun.
It's like a weird shade of. It's like a metallic gray.
Well, I mean, you're not wrong, but at the same time, how dare you? Gunmetal. It's just shiny. It's nice and shiny. I finally finished. Also, this wasn't me forgetting that I needed to mask off these areas, and now masking off those areas. You're crazy.
Of course.
This was prepared beforehand.
I believe you. Absolutely.
Yes. Also, do you like how I cover my paint? Yeah. So it doesn't dry out.
Wait, hold on. How did you cover it? I actually didn't see.
Oh, okay, good.
No. I'll have to come back in second post. Scrub
the video later.
Yeah.
Yeah. gunmetal.
Okay, so what is? Just more gunmetal.
Oh yeah,
okay.
dude. No, it's oversaturation of gunmetal. It's such a nice color.
No, I'm going to, I think, with all of my gun parts, make them as quote unquote realistic looking as possible.
Quote unquote.
I'm learning how to panel line my guns just so I can make it better looking. I'm not even gonna panel line the panels themselves. I'm gonna panel line the gun.
Just panel line the gun. This is dark gray flat. I like to use this for metal pieces that aren't inherently metal, I guess.
Yeah. Dark gray flat and also out of frame.
Yeah, okay. Look, dude, I put the paint in the middle of the frame, and
So we can see
I had
the color.
full intention to put it in the middle, but I'm not a professional. Never said I was. Look at it go! Oh, there we go. Back in the frame.
Oh, now we can see what we're doing. Okay, good. Also, how have you not painted your watch yet?
Yeah, that's a good question. My old watch band is an atrocity of spattered colors, and
Okay.
I think it's because it's an Osuke. We'll just say that.
Oh, okay.
Can't put paint on the pig boy. All right, we got a bucket of parts now. Check out that yellow.
Is that how you hold them? You just toss them in a bucket?
For this one, yes. Normally, no.
Okay, I was about to be like, that's a little upsetting.
Yeah, I'm done.
I like
with
how you
it.
touched it, and now you're touching your fingers, like you're just like, meh.
Oh, I was pulling tape off. I had masking tape on there that I was pulling off.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Couldn't see that part. It looked like you literally just touched it and just
it's
rubbed your fingers
It's
away.
still sticky. Look at that blue. What?
That is a good blue. I don't know, too shiny.
Too shiny.
I'm finding a like bulky and dull colors.
Yeah.
That's a weird thing to find out about myself, but
Hey, look, we've come back to the super time lapse.
yeah. Where'd you get that bone sticker?
Oh, dude, you buy any. Not sponsored, by the way, but please sponsor us, Bones. If you buy any Bones coffee, they give you a sticker. Also, this is suddenly
Bones.
turned into a Warhammer video.
Bone. Wait. Hold on. Bones what?
Bones coffee.
Oh.
Also, me
Bones
trying to figure out how to do a thumbs up with the camera right above my head.
Oh, now we're panel lining?
Yeah, this is the panel liner, the Tamiya's panel liner. It is acrylic based, and it is probably the only one that I've ever used that doesn't immediately destroy plastic, which is pretty nice. Very hard to come by.
I'm gonna have to see how you do this. I watched this guy. I was watching this guy. I wish I remember who it was, but he straight to panel line. This was so weird to me. He painted everything. Then he made like a black wash. So he painted everything, covered it with the whatever varnish cover he was gonna do.
Mm-hmm.
Came back in with like a black oil wash, just dunked it in there, and then immediately just started like cleaning it.
I don't think
And then
he did it immediately.
He started cleaning it pretty quick or whatever, but he also used it as like also weathering.
Yeah.
So he was cleaning the panels, but then also keeping like the edges. It was bizarre. To me, it was bizarre. I shouldn't say it was bizarre. I'm sure it's a completely normal thing people do, but
Yeah.
I had just never seen it, and I was just like, what?
Do you not just
What is happening?
dunk your model kits in oil washes just to immediately clean them? Also, apparently with doing that process, it actually takes a long time. You're supposed to dunk it and then let it sit there for like a day or something like that. I could be wrong on that, but there was one guy that I knew that was doing stuff like that, and he just was letting it sit with the paint on it, and I'd be too paranoid, dude. I'd be too paranoid that it would either break or it would just it would pool or something, or it wouldn't look good. But yeah, this one's kind of easy. So you just have to like dab the areas on the side.
Oh yeah.
And
I feel like if you put it in, what I do is I'll dab it and get it all in, and then I'll let it sit for like an hour. Then I come back with the remover and I dip it in, almost like I'm dry brushing. I dip it in like my Q-tip, roll it out onto a paper towel, and then I lightly dust the top of it, and that cleans up those dots.
You mean
that's what I've been doing?
Like what I'm about to do in the next frame?
Probably. I mean, you did. Yeah, I keep forgetting that you taught me. So, gosh, why is our technique so similar?
Maybe this is why we're rating each other, seeing who's the best. Got to catch them all. Pokemon. Oh, I learned actually recently. I don't know if I should tell you these pro tips now because I want to be better than you.
Rude. I do want to compliment real quick. I can see that pre-shading, and it does look really good.
Right? I really like the technique of putting it gray over black and then just spraying over everything. It's been really, really nice. This is where I clean it up. So I use that solvent, and then out of frame, I'm going to quickly clean it. Check it out.
Well, you can't see me messing up.
Oh, there we go. There we go. Clean. Doing stuff with enamel makes me so paranoid because it eats away plastic. And ever since I cracked my F20 faceplate using enamel paints, dude, I've never looked back. I've been like, am I gonna break it?
You have to do enamel over all the paints, right?
Yeah, it's usually you want to protect your plastics. If you're listening to this and you're about to use enamel paints, don't. Not until you've at least done like 3 layers of some kind of sealer. Gloss, ideally, so that the paint flows a little bit easier. But don't put it on bare plastic, it will break it. Don't f around and find out. You will find out and you'll be sad. I guess I'll tell you this technique. So apparently,
thank you.
The clear Gundam marker. There's a Gundam marker that's just clear. You can use that to immediately clean the Tamiya panel liner. I was watching this guy who was just he was just dipping the end of the pen on his Q-tip and just wiping it off immediately after dabbing into the panel line. Here we go, Mr. Mark Softer. And
I need to use a water thing still.
A water thing?
Water that type of sticker.
Oh, the water slide decals? Yeah.
Water slide decals. I have some for IBO.
Well,
and some of my World War II kits come with them, and I really want to make a Nazi Gundam because I have my American. That's what I need to do. I saw Nazi, so I went to MRS on Monday, right? I took a picture of this. Oh, I need to send it to you. It was the Nazi 4 square thing. I'm blanking on the swastika. It was a swastika water decal set.
Huh.
And I almost bought it. I was like, I want this. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but I want it because I know I'm going to use it somehow. Because I still need to make my entry-level World War II German so I can Spider-Man post. That was an aggressive hold.
Oh, yeah. I was threatening with a knife. Make sure you sidebar. Make sure you cut out your water slide decals with an X-Acto blade.
Noted.
I don't know why precisely, but that's just what I've always been told. I don't really have a real reason.
Good. Okay. Very nice.
But you need to make your entry grade German.
Yeah, I need to make my entry grade Warzard Zaver. And then put some Nazi memorabilia on him, and then Spider-Man pose him with my American one.
World War II in the Universal Century. All right, so you dip it in water, bam, and and then you take a wet paper towel, and then you put it on there, and you give it some time. And then what I usually do is I'll take like a wet Q-tip and I'll wait until you can kind of move it like that. These things are very notorious for falling apart. Like if you didn't properly soak it and you try to move it like I just did, and like say like the top left corner or something like that is not properly soaked, it will rip.
See, I've seen a lot of people just let it sit in the water for a while.
Yeah, I'll usually just dunk it for at least 10, 15 seconds maybe. So this mark setter stuff, I'm putting it on there mainly because this is over primer. Like the primer, I didn't put any paint over it. I was just like, that black is good enough. So the mark setter allows you to kind of have some more playtime with putting on the decal. 3 minutes of playtime. Especially with a surface like this, because this is a matte surface. Normally you want to put these water slide decals over either a semi-gloss or a gloss top coat, just because it makes it easier to kind of deal with. But if you have a matte surface, it's not impossible to do it. It's just a little bit more of a pain. So after putting on the decal, what you gotta do is you gotta squeeze out the bits. Squeeze out that extra moisture. Squeeze it in a little rolling motion like that. And this is...
Is this with the still wet Q-tip?
So I do it with the wet Q-tip just to kind of encourage the water to get out, but you want to use the dry Q-tip. You kind of see how it's starting to wrinkle up a little bit. It's because of the surface that I decided to put it on. It's because it's matte. So what makes paints matte versus gloss is that matte paints, when they dry, are unlevel. So you get kind of this like weird wrinkly texture over it. But I'm gonna fix that using... I can't see when the next frame's coming up. It'll flow better in post.
Yes, of course. You can still tell me using what, and then you can explain how it works.
Yeah, I guess. Using Mr. Mark Softer. And the Mark Softer, what it does is that it just basically melts the decal onto the plastic. But I'd be real careful with this stuff, because I have ruined a lot of decals by overusing it. You want to kind of saturate it without over-saturating. Which this one,
would you say it's like the Mr. Glue? What's that? What's the stuff where it melts the plastic so they melt together? Yeah, plastic cement.
Kind of. Yeah,
it's for this instead.
It's got the same idea for sure. And I definitely put a little too much. I'm kind of like carefully going over it. But once it completely... look at that Gundam crotch.
I know. Are those thrusters I'm seeing?
Those are two big old thrusters.
I think I'm seeing 3 there. You got 3 thrusters there, buddy?
Yeah, I didn't paint the third one in the middle because you're not gonna see it anyways, so whatever. Oh, this is so.
That's lazy. That's a star.
I didn't want to do it. The Lindwurm is based off of Zeta Gundam, so it has a cool transforming ability that I never did because I think that this is a hot take, but I think that the transformed Zeta is stupid. The Wave Rider, whatever the hell it's called.
I cannot get over how much of a Cassie, whatever his name is.
Camille. His name's Camille.
Camille.
Boy's name.
Look, all 6 episodes I've watched, all he did was and he at his parents, and then he that his parents died. And I was just like, okay, I'm sick of this. I'm gonna get back to it. I'm rewatching. Oh, I'm gonna force Jag to watch IBO.
You haven't already?
And then I will. She hasn't already.
Oh.
Yeah, remember that tag ruined the best girl's death?
Oh yeah. Yep. Okay. Spoilers. We're not going to mention any more names here. Watch Iron Blooded Orphans. It's great.
Mm-hmm. It's what got me back into Gundams, considering I hadn't seen any since Gundam Wing when I was but a wee child.
Rewatch Gundam Wing. It's great.
Also rewatch Gundam Wing, yes. I ended up rewatching Gundam Wing, and it was phenomenal.
It is honestly better than nostalgia could ever hold it to. Yeah. So good. For like all the wrong reasons.
I might have to rewatch that one too then.
Gundam Wing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just gonna rewatch them all. I'm never gonna watch Zeta. I'm just gonna rewatch all the Gundams I've watched already. I don't need anything more.
I mean, sure. You can do that.
I've watched all the good ones. That's what matters.
Yeah.
Same thing with God, what's that one people like with the drives, with the green drive? What is that called?
Yeah, the GM drives.
Yeah.
Gundam 00.
00, there we are. I also could not stand one of the pilots in 00, and I've thus not finished that one.
Ooh.
It holds such... Ooh.
Getting fancy with the Citadel colors. Yeah. So there was a lot of... So, we'll go into a little backstory here. So I moved recently, and I had a couple of reels of Tamiya's masking tape, and in the move, I lost them. So... Yeah, it's a huge bummer because I got the super nice ones that they sold at MRS, the ones that are almost like pinstriping kind of stuff.
Oh yeah.
Dude, I was so bummed. So there was a lot of stuff that I had to hand paint because I couldn't deal with it while I was airbrushing, unfortunately. So, but I
just put some Scotch tape over it. Who'd have known the difference?
I would have known the difference.
How would they know?
How would they know? But I was using the blue painter's tape, but it's huge, so it's just such a pain in the butt to use. So I switched over to hand painting stuff.
That's fair. You always could have just put down a strip of painter's tape and then used your X-Acto knife to cut strips out.
Yeah, that's what I said I did. You're not listening.
No, you just said that you had painter's tape and it was huge, so you didn't want to use it. You didn't tell me you cut it.
No, I did use it. That was like that whole video. Were you watching? Are you watching the same video?
I saw that you tape things. Yeah. I saw that you did use tape, but you didn't express that you were like cutting it down and that it was big. I just assumed that you had some tape on hand.
Nah, dude, I was cutting down.
In fact, I also forgot that you had used that tape until you mentioned it.
I had to cut it down, and it was it wasn't as nice as I wanted it to be. So, all right, final assembly here.
That's a good setting right on that side too.
Oh yeah, dude.
I like how it shines on top of the shine.
Shiny. It's so shiny. Get those arms in there. So Re 100s are cool aesthetically, but posing and kind of movement wise, they just suck, dude. They made them so that they could kind of cover some other bigger models and not have to give them a proper master grade for it. And I appreciate it that they're making the kit, but at the same time also sometimes it do give me the inner violence.
Like if they just put in the extra month of work to give it to make it a master grade.
I'm not going to say how long it takes to tool a Gundam, but if it does take a month, yeah, it's kind of upsetting. And here we go.
I feel like it can't. I mean, obviously I know nothing, but it can't take that long.
Full spin.
See, there's so much gray on that. It's all one color.
No, there's like two different grays. There's the gunmetal gray, and then there's the
gunmetal gray.
The gunmetal gray, and then there's the gray flat, and then there's the citadel gray.
I mean on the gun.
Oh, on the gun itself? Actually, I used a white titanium on the top that I'm pretty proud of.
Oh, I unfortunately am unable to see that. I do see the gold around the corners. That looks really good. I do like the gold on the thrusters. That looks really good.
What's
I'm not seeing anything on the inside leg thrusters, but I don't know if that's just video or me being blind.
It's probably because you're seeing tiny video, but
that's true. In case if everyone wants to know, I'm seeing a very tiny video
because we couldn't figure out how to maximize the stupid window.
I do, however, like that you just kept that primer with the black set. That's good looking.
I thought it was good enough. I don't think I needed any more. Yeah. So what's your final rating here?
I'm gonna. It's very basic, but it's very clean. So 7.5 choo-choo punches out of 10.
Ah, dang. Choo-choo punches.
Yeah.
All right, gonna get rid of this then. You need to be 10 choo-choo punches. I'll have to try harder next time. With
it hasn't appeared yet.
Wing Gundam, baby.
We're just saying it's on Wing Gundam, baby. We need that little audio of just the oh my god.
Yeah, pretty much.